What's the point in showing up? No one seems to give a fuck. Everyone will love me when I'm dead.
It's quite an opening. My new single Daisies is the first time I've ever sworn in a song. Gasp! I haven't done this before, not because I don't swear or curse, because I probably do that too much actually in everyday life, but I haven't done it in a song before because it's just never felt like the natural thing to do. During the writing of Daisies, it just wasn't something that I consciously thought about. The first verse, what's the point in showing up? No one seems to give a fuck. Everyone will love me when I'm dead. That just came out as soon as I started writing the song, and it kind of set the tone for the whole rest of the song. And I thought at the time, is this going to feel a bit jarring? First of all, I'm not an artist that usually swears in songs. Second, sometimes when I listen back to songs and they have swearing in them, if it feels unnatural, it's just the worst thing ever. And call me old-fashioned, but sometimes dropping an F-bomb, F this, F that, F everyone, whatever, it just feels unnecessary. Having said that, some of my favourite songs contain swear words, and when I listen to them, I don't necessarily register those words above any of the other words. They just kind of add into the story. So when it feels natural like that, I assume that the artist has just kind of been writing the song and not consciously thought, oh, I'm gonna put an F-bomb here and whatever there. Swear words can sometimes just add a tension to the song that gives the song a bit more punch, or the meaning of the song a bit more impact. The F-bomb that I drop in the second line of the first verse of Daisies is not, it doesn't feel unnatural, and I think that's because of the context, because of the meaning of the song, and because of the vocal delivery as well. The song is about a lack of empathy and love. And this is something that is kind of more directed at the media in general and people who post hate online to specific individuals. I wrote this song and the lines, no one seems to give a fuck, everyone will love me when I'm dead, because this really weird thing happens when you die, and everybody suddenly says nice things about you, and everybody talks about the nice times and the good times, and people show a lot of love for someone when they die, and obviously that is something that is nice in a way and kind of celebrates the memory of that person. But I just think it's such a shame that person is dead and can't hear any of that nice stuff and can't hear any of that support, and it's just lost. It's like wasted love. So I started writing this song, and I'd had some previous sessions with songwriting for other artists where we joked a lot about the fact that the best marketing that you can do for your single release is to die, because there'd be more press, people would listen to the song more. And I just had that in my head, and I was like, what a shame that is. I'd started writing the song and kind of set the tone by those first few lines. And then a terrible thing happened where a woman who was a really well-loved TV presenter here in the UK was kind of bombarded with hate from the media and from the public, and ended up taking her own life. And I was so upset about that, and just thought that that was absolutely horrific. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, this is Caroline Flack. And after she died, of course, the media suddenly were posting about how lovely she was. You know, the same newspapers who the days and the weeks before she'd taken her own life were absolutely berating her. And I just couldn't stand it. I just found it really disgusting. And so I started writing Daisies before this had happened, and I finished writing it after, and now it just encapsulates such a sadness. And so last week when it was released, when I was trying to explain what the song is about, and I said it's about Caroline Flack, it's about Ava Cassidy, it's about Viola Beach, I'm trying to explain that it's about people who've received the most amount of love about them after they've died, and what a shame that is. And wouldn't it have been such a beautiful thing for them to have received that amount of love when they were alive? Because now they can't experience that. I think that Daisies absolutely needed the word fuck in it. Although it wasn't a conscious decision to put that word into the lyrics at the time, it just kind of came out. It was just out of anguish and just being horrified and being upset and just thinking about the injustice of it all. And I just think it brings those emotions to the song immediately. And so I think it needs that word. The vocal delivery in Daisies is very kind of miserable, purposefully weak, as in lacking strength on purpose, because I wanted it to just be a genuine representation of how I felt about the whole thing. And I think that the vocal delivery is another thing that makes that word not too jarring within the context of it being just quite a stripped back vocal piano kind of song. In terms of vocal delivery, I feel like it makes you feel more sad and more kind of angry at the injustice of it all, because you can hear in the vocal delivery that I'm holding back a little bit. The first verse is repeated in the outro of the song as well, and I think that's important as well, in that it's not said too many times. It's like the word love. If you say the word love, like I love this, I love that, I love you, to everyone and everything, or you say it loads of times, it kind of takes the meaning away from it a little bit. It takes the impact away. Sometimes when you just say a word like love a lot, a word that's supposed to mean a lot and really pack a punch, it just ends up meaning less or meaning nothing, because your threshold to say that word is much lower. The F-bomb is only at the beginning and at the end of the song, because it's impactful. And for those people who don't like hearing swear words in songs, I completely understand that. I've created a clean version of this song, which you can download on Patreon. I'll pop a link below. And it's radio friendly. BBC Introducing played this song on the radio earlier this week. Amazing. Thank you so much. But I'd love to know how you feel about swearing in songs. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you not bothered? Do you feel like it adds something? Personally, I feel like it only really works if it's something that comes out naturally and it's not too thought through. Like, I'd hate it if, I was in a writing session and someone was like, let's put the word fuck in the first line so that it gets into XYZ playlist. But these things happen. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, hit like on this video, subscribe, and I will see you soon.
What's the point in showing up? No one seems to give a fuck. Everyone will love me when I'm dead.